Hi everyone, my name is Ivan and this is my first video in the course of Ukrainian language for foreigners. In my videos, I will explain you the Ukrainian language in the easiest possible ways. You can ask me, why should I learn this language? That's a very good question. First of all, the Ukrainian language is just very tender. It's very melodic. There are so many beautiful songs in this language. And besides that, if you want to touch the culture and traditions of the ancient Slavic, to feel this Slavic magic, you should learn this language. It can seem that it's very difficult for foreigners, but don't be afraid. With my help and your wish, we will cope with it, okay? Good. So, the fact about 36 to 45 million people speak Ukrainian. The Ukrainian alphabet is the topic of my first video. Ukrainian alphabet consists of 33 letters, and when in English we use the Latin alphabet, in Ukrainian we use Cyrillic. Some letters are very similar in the writing to English, but don't be confused. There are some cases when it's not like that. Okay? So, let's start. The Ukrainian alphabet. Українська абетка. Like in almost every language, the first letter in the alphabet is the letter A. And pay attention, the Ukrainian language is easy in that way that it's how the word is written, that's the way it is read. That's why it's very easy to read in Ukrainian language. That we cannot say it the same thing about English, yes. That's one of the advantages of the Ukrainian language. Okay, let's return to the letter A. It is pronounced always like A, like in the word abetka. Abetka, which means alphabet. Yes, you will see the way how the word is written in Ukrainian, the translation, and down below the transcription. But I have written transcription in that way that it would be easier for you to read it. Abetka, abetka. It's not abetka or abetka, it's abetka, okay? Alphabet. The second letter is B. B. It's pronounced like B, like in the word bar, bar, which means bar, which is very similar to the English. The next letter, which may confuse you, is V. Yes, it's V, it's not B, like in English. Pay attention that it can be read in two ways. Most of all, it is pronounced like V, like in the word vir, which means whirlpool, vir. But in some special cases, and I will explain you a little bit later in next lessons, that it can be pronounced like W. It's some kind of English W, but yes, like in the word любов, любов, which means love. And pay attention that I have written this sign after L, which means that it's not любов, it's L, любов. I will write this sign in the transcription in next words, where we should pronounce it like in soft way, okay? The next letter is H. H. Well, there is no analog in English, but it's very close to the English H but you must put strength in your voice and pronounce it like he. Okay? Let's train. He. Like in the word hora. Hora, which means mountain. The next letter is ge. Ge. It's pronounced like g. G. Like in the word gava. Gava, which means crow. Gava. Next letter is de. De. It's close to English one, but when in English we say with breath d, in Ukrainian we say it hard, like tough d, d, d. Like in the word dosit, dosit, which means enough. Next letter is e, e, which is pronounced like like in the word era, era, which means era. The next letter is ye, ye. In Ukrainian, it can be pronounced in two ways. And in next lesson, I will explain you that. But for now, you should remember that it's yeah, and it can be pronounced like yeah in the word yenot, which means raccoon, or a in the word синє, which means blue. Синє. Okay? Next letter is J. J. It's pronounced like J in the word життя. Життя, which means life. Next letter is Z. Z, which is Z, like in the word залізо. Залізо, which means iron. Next letter can be difficult because it's I. I. Please pay attention because it's not E. It's wider and deeper. Like you must open your mouth very wide and say this letter in the depth of your throat. I. I. Like in the word kit. 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 Okay? I. Kit. Which means whale. E. E. Yes, this is E, and you must not confuse these two letters and mispronounce it because there is a word kit. Kit, which will mean cat. Remember? Kit, whale, kit, cat. Good. Next letter is very funny. It is ye. Ye. It's always pronounced like ye, like in the word їсти. Їсти, which means to eat. The next is y. Y, which is pronounced like you, like in the word yod. Yod, which is for iodine. Yod, iodine. Y. Okay? So next letter is K. K. But it's not like English K. It's tough. K. K. Like in the word code. Code. Which means code. Next letter is L. L. Which is pronounced like L. Like in the word limon. Limon, which means lemon. Next letter is M. M, like in the word миска. Миска, which means bowl. Миска. The next can look like an English H, but it is pronounced like N. N. And is pronounced like N. N. Like in the word Noha. Noha, which means leg. Next is O. O, which is always pronounced like O. Like in the word Огірок. Огірок, which means cucumber. Next is P. P. Like in the word papier. Papier, which very close to the English variant, paper. The next is R. It looks like English P, but it is pronounced like R. 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 Spanish or Italian R, not English R. R. Risa. Risa, which means feature. Next looks like C, but it is pronounced like S. 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 Sila. Sila. Strength. There. There. It's also tough. T. T. Like in the word турбота. Турбота. A care. Турбота. The next looks like Y, but it is pronounced always like U. U. Like in the word Ukraina. Ukraina. Ukraine. F. F. It's pronounced like F. Fact. By the way, I have a fact about this letter. Earlier, it didn't exist in Ukrainian language, this letter, and instead of it, Ukrainians used to say kv. But, of course, now it exists, and you can meet this letter only in the words of foreign origin. The next is ha. Ha. It's not like ha. It's more like tough. H. H. In the word хліб. Хліб, which means bread. Not хліб. It's хліб. Okay, pay close attention to this. Next letter is C. C. It's one sound in Ukrainian. It's not ts, it's ts. Ts. Because in English, haven't met such sound, and even the word tsunami is written like TS. But in Ukrainian, we have a separate letter for this sound. Ts. Цуценя. Цуценя. Puppy. Цуценя. Okay? Memorize this, yes. The next letter is Ch. 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 It's hard version of English ch, when it, for example, cheese, but in Ukrainian you should say it like ch. Chary. Chary. Charms. Charms. Chary. Okay? Ch. Ch. The next is sha. Sha. It's very easy, like in the word shar. Shar, which means layer. The next is consists of two sounds. Sh. 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 But you can hear sometimes that people can pronounce this letter like soft version of sh. Sh. But sh, it's like more correct. Like in the word szczur. Szczur. Red. Next letter is U. U. It can be pronounced in two ways. Like in the word jurist. Jurist. it means ю, jurist, which means lawyer, or just letter U, like in the word puree, puree, which means mashed potatoes. Ya, ya, also like you, consists of two sounds. Ya, yakir, yakir, which means anchor, or a in the word рядок, рядок. It's not рядок, it's рядок. I will explain you this in my next videos, so don't be afraid. Like you can ask yourself, why is it pronounced like ah and sometimes like yeah? I don't understand anything. I will explain you everything, don't worry. So, the next letter is м'який знак, м'який знак, which means soft sign. It's not like separate letter. Special sign. It's not like it has no separate sound, but it is a separate letter, of course. It softens the letters. In my second video, I will explain a little bit more detailed about this letter, м'який знак. So, like in the word мыть, мыть, you can see that the letter T, this sign softens the letter T and makes it T. Мыть, мыть. It's not мыть, мыть, which means moment. And there is one special sign. In Ukrainian, it's apostrophe. 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 It has a very special function. It makes the vowels with two sounds to make this letter be pronounced like two sounds. Like м'який. It's not м'який, it's м'який. М'який, which means soft. Apostrophe and the soft sign will be the topic of my next video. So, it was all the alphabet of the Ukrainian. I hope that you coped with it. And now, I will teach you some phrases in Ukrainian. Like greetings, which is in Ukrainian привітання, привітання. So, let's start with hi there. Like with your friends or with the members of your family, you can say привіт, привіт. It's like informal use, but you shouldn't say it to your boss or to your teacher because it would be the sign of impoliteness. Because in Ukrainian, there are differences, like in French or in German, between formal and informal kinds of conversation. Because there are some differences in verbs when you're speaking with your friends or with the people in formal conversation. So there is a universal version of greetings. Hello, вітаю, for any cases. Вітаю. If you want to ask someone, how's it going? You can use як справи, як справи. And to answer on this question, fine, thank you, you will say добре, дякую. Добре, дякую. Thanksgiving words. If you want to say to someone thank you, there are variants of how you can say it. For example, дякую тобі, which means like thank, дякую, and you тобі. Or you can say just дякую or спасибі. If you want to say thank you very much, you can say гречно дякую, щиро дякую, дуже дякую. You can answer on this thank you're welcome, which would be прошу, прошу. Or you can answer not at all. Нема за що. Нема за що. And of course, we must say goodbye to each other. It is прощання. Bye. Бувай. Бувай. For informal use. Goodbye. Бувайте. До побачення. It's like in any case. Informal or formal as you wish. See you soon. До зустрічі. See you soon. До зустрічі. До зустрічі. And yes, I want to say you до зустрічі в наступних відео. See you soon in next videos. Please, put the thumbs up if you like this video. Write down the comment and subscribe on my channel. And this will motivate me to make more videos. So, до зустрічі в наступних відео. Goodbye.